Culture vulture extremist, DJ Vlad, calling me a liar all on the internet.
Wait, what?
It's crazy, man. DJ Vlad, why you want some smoke with me, man? Y'all need some boost for y'all show, man. He on there calling me a liar, acting like I'm thirsty. Vlad tried to set up Aries Spears talking about what would you would have did if Will Smith would have slapped you, and that's obvious. We know he wouldn't have did shit. I mean, I'm just saying that was like a dirty trick, cause you know that's what dude do. He sets you up when you come on his show. He wants you to put your own thumb in your ass in front of America.
Right.
What would you have done if Will Smith smacked you?
I don't even have to answer that. The comments in the comment section will speak for themselves.
This wasn't a setup.
I got you.
I can...
You're giving all these chance to get their little hard. The 5150 crew. They jacking off to this. Like they always do in Corey mouth. 5150.
By the way, Corey Holcomb is a liar.
Thing where he got to calling me a liar and all that. Vlad, I ain't known as a liar. Your story, in fact, is not true. I don't really perpetrate on shit. I stand on mine, and if I get caught doing something wrong, I admit it. But what the man did, Vlad tried to make it seem like, he said, Corey something with money.
When I reached out to him to do an interview, he was like, okay, can you do my show too? And I'm like, yeah, no problem. He tried to switch the story up about how I wouldn't do his show and some other bull. Corey just like makes up and just runs with it.
When he first came at me, I didn't know who Vlad was. So I was like, why everybody doing his show? So I was like, I tell you what, you come on my podcast and you do something, I'll come on your podcast. Then he said, I don't really go on people's podcasts and shit like that. So I was like, well, what the I'm gonna come on your podcast for? I'm gonna make you famous?
Greetings, you polite savages, and welcome to another Tip Talk. Let's get ready to rumble. That's correct, everybody. It finally has happened. DJ Vlad has poked and prodded at Corey Holcomb several times, and now Mr. Holcomb gave him a taste of what it's like to go head-to-head ad hoc with a comedian. So what's this all about, you ask? Well, DJ Vlad was interviewing Aries Spears, another longtime comedian. Aries Spears, if you don't know, he was on Mad TV on Fox back in the day. He's had a lot of controversy lately about making inappropriate videos with Tiffany Haddish. And Vlad straight out called Mr. Holcomb a liar.
But I tried to get you guys together to do like a whole like sit down, and I offered to pay him, and he's like, oh, how are you gonna pay me? Just wanted to do a revenue split. We're willing to pay you whatever you feel is fair. He switches up the whole story. So really, Corey Holcomb is really on some bull when it comes to the way he presents. It's really just not true. I don't Corey Holcomb because really he just lies a lot.
He thought he had the power to do something with me and Aries Spears. Like we go on there and we talk it out or whatever. I'm like, well, who the f is you? I can't let him back on my podcast. Aries Spears got drunk up here and he came up here and acted a fool. Straight peon. Not just because he got beat up. Zoe beat him up. He went and gave them lawyers some money so they can investigate what's going on with us. But Vlad tried to make it seem like I'm thirsty for some money or something like that. What I told Vlad, I said, Vlad, I'm not coming on your show. If you want to produce a video together, we could chop up the money. This how you get your money on these videos. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm not finna go on Vlad's show and he collect the money for it. That's crazy. They need somebody on their channel, so they using me for bait, and it's working with.
Now, one thing I've acknowledged is that VladTV has an amazing business, an amazing media channel, media outlets, makes a lot of money a year. But basically, he is what a lot of folks in the community call a culture vulture. Now, whether he's a culture vulture or not, I don't want to get into it. But what I will say is that Vlad has interviewed any and everybody connected with hip hop, black culture, or mob culture for the past 10 years plus. What I do notice is that Vlad has issues with people who have their own independent platform, and possibly he perceives them as competition. For example, Joe Budden has had an issue with Vlad before he had the Joe Budden podcast for years. At one point, Charlamagne the God had an issue with Vlad, even though they've thus reconciled. They were Charlamagne, who was Vlad's first reoccurring guest, wasn't on Vlad TV for over 5 years until they reconciled and came back. Corey Holcomb's another person with his own platform, but Corey Holcomb has a very unique way of doing things. Corey Holcomb is only here for his folks. He's only going to double down on his niche. Corey Holcomb feels that he can say whatever he wants on the 5150 podcast, which airs every Tuesday at 8:30, and he can still go out there and tour the country and make his money.
Vlad mad because he ain't never had a chance to have no video on me for real. And on top of that, he was disrespectful to the minister with his little slick words.
Farrakhan's 4th of July speech. Sure. Those of you that say you're Jews, I will not give you the honor of calling you a Jew. You're not a Jew. You're so-called. You're Satan. And it's my job now to pull the cover off of Satan. And he went on to say, like, every Muslim, when they see a fake Jew, grab a rock.
Then he tried to get one of our elites, the minister, Farrakhan, to do his show, and Farrakhan didn't do the show. He felt some kind of way about that. Vlad misquoted the minister. And I feel like he did it intentionally.
You're Satan, masquerading as a lawyer, walking in full sight, deceiving whoever they can deceive. Mr. Greenblatt, I will not even give you the honor of calling you a not a you're so-called. You're Satan. And it's my job now to pull the cover off of Satan. When you know who Satan is, you don't have to kill. No, the stone of truth. See, that's what you throw. Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. We cast truth at falsehood. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop.
He one of the first people I ever heard say some real shit that made me realize I'm not alone in this world. So when I find out this motherfucker around misquoting the minister, I'm like, oh, this hands off. If you go on Vlad's show for free, you ain't doing nothing but making this rich. Tax this month. We can't just be going on Vlad for free, man.
See, Corey Holcomb does something that Vlad can't do. Corey Holcomb's actually talented and funny on his own. Corey doesn't have to interview somebody to do that business. Now, I know we're comparing apples and oranges, but a lot of folks who are talented on their own just seems like Vlad takes that as competition. There was really no reason to bring up Corey Holcomb except he wanted to bait Aries into saying something. This type of behavior is very common with people who are dust disturbers, and it's dusty behavior, but it is what it is. Vlad seems to be far too rich. He probably has more money than Corey Holcomb, but what he doesn't have is more of a valuable and loyal fan base than Corey Holcomb. Because Corey has always said, I can go to the street and get paid for the rest of my life as long as I have my talent. And Vlad, yes, he will have passive income, but he is dependent on people to accept whatever he says. There's a difference. See, what Vlad has are followers and subscribers. What Corey Holcomb has are fans lifelong. I've personally been a Corey Holcomb fan for over 15 years. And it is what it is. Mr. Holcomb has an incredible show. And it's very interesting when someone unleashes the dragon and tries to talk a little crap about a comedian. One of the most ridiculous things you could do, because Mr. Holcomb will sit there and signify on Vlad all night long.
I ain't ready to go at you. I'm not even mad at you, Vlad. I know you want some attention, but that's Vlad girl, from what I heard. Now, Vlad, if this is your girl, you are no longer a culture vulture. You are just a vulture. You out here eating worms in the ground. You cannot talk about Vlad no more being a culture vulture if he done smashed that right there. Vlad, I know information. I done dug in there. I'm gonna start off with this picture. This is what you ate from the back. Vlad, you don't want problems with me. You and Shrek, you don't want it with me. Shrika. If that's out there, I'm telling you, you don't want it with me. What you need to do is take that money you got out the community and take your girl to Brazil and y'all get down. I know why you hide her now. I know now. You don't want it. Somebody say she look like Ving Rhames.
When he played Holiday Heart?
That's Holiday Heart. If she do this when she talk.
Uh-oh.
That's after, they took that after
Hey,
15
And Corey went in on him. He went in on Vlad, talked about his family or his wife or whoever he is. He put a picture of it. You know, it was rough. And you have to understand, Vlad, that Corey has 5,500 people in his chat once a week and thousands who rewatch it. I know he has a small channel to you, 330,000, but that channel is super engaged. His community is ready to go and they're ready to look up. I mean, he has folks like Gooch the Great in the chat. He has like legendary chat support. And guess what? He's a legendary comedian. Like I said, I've been a fan of Corey Holcomb for 10, 15 years. Seen him several times live. Seen him on TV all the way back in the Shaq All-Star days. Corey Holcomb's hilarious. And one thing he's going to do is he's going to what they call signify. I guess that's what they call it in Chicago. Out here on the West Coast, we used to call it capping, roasting, you know, dogging. They're going to get you, man. And he's never going to stop. And he could do it all day. So I'm not really sure how this is going to end. I only know one thing. Vlad, you started it. You were there with Aries Spears, who's another funny comedian. And guess what? Corey and Aries got beef with each other. So Corey's not even messing with him like that. And so you set it up. You teed it up. Corey slam dunked it. Now the ball's in your court, Jack. Well, that's all I got for you, you polite savages. Let's get the conversation popping down there in the comments. Let us know, what do you think? Do you think that Corey went too far? Do you think that Corey got him? Do you think that Vlad's going to come back? I mean, Vlad's not really a comedian like that, so I don't know what he's going to do. And in any case, you can always ask yourself that one question. Boom, can you handle the tip? We're out.
Thank you for listening to the Tip Network. Follow us on all social medias. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Join the THPPtube memberships and the Patreon. This is ScottT and Grover. Peace.
We found true happiness